Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny from Stories from Motorsports, and today we have Presley Sorah with us. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing fabulous. Where are you at the moment?
I'm here in my hometown, Cambridge City, Indiana. Just getting prepared for this weekend's race in Toledo.
Nice, nice. What got you into racing?
I've just kind of always been into racing. My parents watched as I was growing up, so I've always kind of been immersed with it. So, from a young age, I mean, I was probably watching NASCAR races in the baby cradle. So, it's always been part of my life, and I've always loved it.
Nice, nice. Have you been to NASCAR races at all?
Yes, I have. My first time actually at the track was I want to say 2008 Brickyard 400 qualifying, so I would have been like 4.5, 5 years old, something like that. And then my first actual race was the 2010 Brickyard 400.
Oh yeah, that was when my hero Jamie McMurray won and pulled off the Indianapolis double for Chip Ganassi.
Yes, that was awesome. They've actually got the car out there in the museum still, so it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. What was it like being at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, knowing the history behind the track?
Oh, it's surreal. That place is my favorite racetrack and honestly favorite place to be on planet Earth. So I'm out there constantly, whether it's IndyCar or NASCAR or sports cars or whatever. If there's any cars on track at IMS, I'm usually out there. So that place is special to me and one that I definitely like to race at one of these days in the NASCAR ranks.
Definitely. What was your first Indianapolis 500 that you attended?
It was actually a lot more recent. It was 2019. Simon Pagenaud won.
Oh, yeah. I remember watching that and thinking it was well deserved, because he was going to win either way in the Indianapolis 500. He just needed to get to that top level ride he had with Penske, to get there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I've been to every 500 since, except for the COVID 2021 that they're in August. But every one that they've had fans at, I've been at since 2019.
Yeah, for sure. What was your first Brickyard 400 race you watched?
In person, it was the 2010 race that Jamie McMurray won. It was a fun race. I don't remember a whole lot because I was only about 6.5 or 7 years old, but still pretty cool to say I was there. Got to see COTs in action, and yeah, I know that I want to say Juan Montoya was very fast that day and had some tire issues or a pit issue maybe, and same with Jeff Gordon, I believe, but Jamie Mack ended up pulling it off at the end.
I remember that. Yeah, Juan Montoya, I think, had the pole that year, and he had everyone covered until the final 20 laps when he had a bad pit stop, and he would have probably gotten back to the lead, but he crashed, and that allowed McMurray to duel with Kevin Harvick for the win. And Harvick almost snatched it out of McMurray's hands the way he did Talladega that year. And
He did.
I remember being really relieved when McMurray pulled away on the final restart because I remember seeing the finish with Mark Martin at Daytona with Kevin and then seeing the Talladega race. And so when Kevin was heading towards McMurray towards the end before that caution, I was like, oh no, Kevin's going to snatch it again. But then Juan's caution had saved McMurray that day because then McMurray was able to pull away for good.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It came down on the wire.
Did you attend any other Brickyard races after that?
Yes, so I didn't go to any from 2010 all the way to 2016, but since 2017 I haven't missed one, except for I think the one during COVID year where they didn't have any spectators. But aside from that, everyone since 2017 I've been to.
Got it. I remember in 2017 that Casey Kane won a race there. I think Trevor Bayne was going to win that one before it was Kane's race at the end from a caution. And wasn't that his last win with Hendrick, I believe?
Yes, it was, and Trevor is very, very fast at the end. Got caught up in a crash, which a lot of guys ended up getting caught up in a wreck there at the end of that one. But it turned into a very strategy-heavy race towards the end.
Yeah. When did you begin getting into racing, like getting the ball rolling as a driver? Was it through sponsors or did you go kart or what'd you do?